Ja. Okay, nu.
Sagt der Rebbe, Ashab, Omnom Yoshev Lekim al Haaretz. Das ist richtig. Die Tochen hat Dovre, als der Eberste wird sein al Haaretz. Shemaim, Shemaim Leich al Kolucho. Shemaim, Shemaim, ich can kill auf dem Eberste. Und der Afka Beis, is this house gonna be a kill for the Eberste?
So was ist das Umgang?
Is it right? Is richtig, yeah. It's right. The Eberste was Galvan. After Welt, if the heavens and the heavens and the heavens are not a kid for the Eberste, for sure not. Abai says it. Afka Abai says it. Hainu Tachirop. Shleim Matmi. Shleim is wondering. Shiro Ashakrid Abai Molis Abai. When he saw that Krid Abai is actually Molis Abai, he saw it. Masmiya, and he was wondering. The heavens and the heavens are not a vessel to the essence of the Ein Sof. Kolshkin Abai says that Ich Shaykh She Klil Atzmis Ein Sof. For sure, this house is impossible that it should be a keli for the essence of the Eibishter. So he saw it, but he didn't understand it. Aval be'emes keinu de b'mikdash heir atzmus ein sof. The mikdash was shining the essence of the Eibishter ein sof. Mishkos was to be mikdash, and make for me a mikdash. Shachati b'sei chav, the Eibishter says, I'm going to rest in it. So lahavin, eich ha-mikdash begather mokim, yiklil atzmus ein sof. How could a place which is a mugdad, a mikdash, which is a mugdadic place, it takes space, a certain amount of space, should be a keli for the infinite. You're saying it's even more than that. Anything that's less than atzmus ein sof, this can keli for. What if again dafka was mokim? Have the facts. It makes it's stronger the question. Yeah.
Aber die ganze Sache, die Welt, die ganze Welt. Shemai was nicht der Mokim.
Yeah. The shal is noch stark. The shal is stronger that Shleim HaMelech didn't understand. We are going to understand it. So ich hab das der Maimon. Shleim HaMelech sagt, versteht es nicht. We're going to understand it. We're going to... Yeah. 100%.
So Sachen sind auch zum Poradum echt. Ich Poradum, das ist mit der Tere.
Ja, steht drin.
Ganz erstmal.
Ja. Hov in this is a shtickle was schwer a bissel. I don't really understand it. Not that I understand other parts better, but this a little over my head. We'll try to see whatever. We'll mention a few things on the Friedrich, we'll see what happens. Understand the concept of how mokim is a kid for atzmis. We have to introduce the concept of it says in the pasuk hine mokim iti. This tells them when Shabbat Pashvei to Pashasamaches, who mekame shaleilam ve'ein elam mekame. He is the place of the world, and the world is not his place. What does this mean? So the pasuk pshat is that he gives place to the world, and the world is not his place. You can't say that his place is the world. That's the pasuk pshat. There's a whole arichas in last Maimer. I think he learns that he is the source of the world, and the world doesn't define who he is. In other words, if there is anything that exists, it's thanks to him, but not that the world is going to tell you who he is, that he's the source for the world. He's not a source of the world. Not just that it's not the place for him, that he doesn't fit inside the world, it's not his size. The world doesn't express who he is, because he's beyond being a source for the world. It's not even to say that he's a source of the world, is also won't be the right thing. Who became the world comes from him. It's nimtzum him, it comes from him. But Ein Elam became it is not defining who he is, that he's the source of the world. He's beyond being a source. He's beyond being a Beid Elam. The Welt schaaf sich von ihm, aber nicht das ist this is who he is, that he's a Beid Elam, that he creates the world. So that's Abshat. Upon him. So, Lahav and Tchile, to understand Hine Mokimiti, so first you have to understand Pirush ve'inyan mokim. What is b'chlal space? Tevis mokim heavy b'ikrim chelik b'is perik yitzayim. Ikrim, sefer ikrim, he brings, what's the meaning of mokim? He brings base days, two opinions. So Aleph, who, first opinion, shamokim ha'makif es hageshem nikrim mokim. Mokim that surrounds the physical object, that's called mokim. What's the type of mokim ha'makif es hageshem? What does this mean? That there's a surrounder to every physical object, there's something surrounding it, and that's its mokim. So Amolis is to say It's like it says amse ba'amse le'yosef. You can't put a amma, something which is size amma, and you can't put it into a space which is a amma. If the box is a amma, the other box is also amma. It's not going to fit in the hole is a amma, and the other box is a amma. It's not going to fit inside. Amse ba'amse le'yosef. They wanted to say, why is it? Why takanat? So I don't know physics. I don't know the scientific ideas exactly how it works. Huh?
Because it takes place.
Nein, aber Epsa Ame is not Ame, soll es reingehen in den anderen Ame.
If the Ame would be Ame, is no problem. The problem is that because that part that goes in, this is. Das ist echt das Mokim, no? Das ist echt, kannst du reingehen.
Nein, there's not both the same size boxes. One box is Ame, and the other box has a hole of Ame. So he still doesn't go inside. Amsa ba'amsa le'yosef. So the reason for this, they say, is because there's a mokum amakif ageshem, and that there's no space for that. So not that
a mokum what?
A mokum amakif ageshem.
If this is a Ame,
that for that is no space.
If this is a Ame,
yeah,
the inside,
the inside Ame.
The inside, no.
The outside of the other one is a Ame. It won't go inside. Also.
Because you have this.
No,
only
the cavity is in it. The mokum chol a little.
Yeah, as ich steht Amsa ba'amsa le'yosef. As if we get them from Nossi. That's what he said. I don't know where he didn't know. He was very hesitating. But this is what he said. Then is the Friedrich writes a beer, a mokum makvas ageshem. He says a motion from a keli. There's the teicha keli and there's the keli, the defna keli, the walls of the keli. That's makif at the inside. As the inside is mokum amamula. That's what he says. Weiter who's al kosev daite. Now what's filled up, that's the mokum. Where the physical thing, object goes in, that's considered mokum. Most places explain, like the first opinion that the Ikrim brings with daite. Right, he goes straight to Lamaila. What's the mokim? He gives place to the worlds. He's makif the elamis. He's igul agodl. He's the makif of the elamis. He's koil the elamis. He includes all the worlds. He's the alesa rotzen for elamis. And thanks to him, the worlds come to existence. But not that he is the world, the place of the worlds himself. He's surrounding the worlds, like rotzen, which is surrounding the object. Which what surrounds? In Inyan it surrounds. It's higher. It's beyond anything that comes to existence from it, from rotzen. It's like the moshel they say about the makif and pnimi is the moshel, the old machlekes. What's more important, the pnimi or the makif? The wall around the city or the city? The wall around the city gives a shmira, gives a kiyum to the whole city. If not for the wall, they wouldn't have an existence. And then you have the city itself, which the inhabitants of the city, the teshovia here, which they're the chura, they're the ikir. So who's the ikir? The wall, the chema, the makif, the mogin. Others are rotzen. Rotzen makes a person able to do everything he does. Everything a person does is thanks to rotzen. If not for rotzen, I wouldn't do anything. Everything I do is because I want to do it. If not for rotzen, it's not shaykh to do anything. So rotzen gives a kiyum, a chizuk, strengthens everything. So that's makif everything. That's neis v'sev kol elmus in the nimshal. That gives place for all the worlds to exist. So that's the mokim of the elmus. That's their mokim. That's neis and mokim, so to speak. That gives them a place they should be.
It's not the source.
It's not. It's not a source, but it's neis and mokim. It gives a kiyum to the worlds. It's not like a source mamish. That, because you're going to soon see that he uses the word mokir. He uses the word mokir, and he doesn't. And for both pirushim in the end of the day. So we're going to have to say two taichin in mokir. We'll soon see. Geen apart is beërdig mokim pidish. The part is in erg mokim. He taichin shat tiferes nikre mokim. Tiferes is called mokim. Who begins Shem Havaya? Tiferes is called mokim, and Tiferes is Shem Havaya. Why is Tiferes Shem Havaya? He said because it says that by Tiferes even the keli is Shem Havaya. in all the spheres, the Eir Shem Havai, the Keli is Kel, Elikim, and Tiferes is Shem Havai, even the Keli. The reason for this is because Tiferes is special that it's Tiferes. What's Tiferes? Chibur Afochim. It's pshitis. It's not a certain way. It could be. It's Kel Kama Gvanim. It has a lot of colors. It's not a certain color. Chesed is one color, white, and that's green, red is Gvura, whatever it says. Tiferes is Kel all the Gvanim. Is Kel Chesed Gvura together. It's not a dafkid one way. It could be both. There's a place for everything. Everything is cancelled out by the other. Like you say, why is something nice when you have two colors together? Because every color says it doesn't have to be dafka my way. It could be the other way also. It could be placed for the other color as well. That's the beauty. The beauty is they're losing themselves for the other color, the other way of existence. That's the bittul that it has the pshittas of Shem Havai.
It's a combination.
Combination. That's type combination. Yeah.
Shem Havai is not a combination. Shem Havai is a.
Yeah. Shem Havai, Shem Etzem, Shem Hafish. Yeah. But b'yachtem zed, drik sich sareis in Seir, wo hört sich an der vom Pshittas, the Chibur Afochim. In Seir, where do you see the in of Pshittas? Yeah. I think that's the beauty. So he says the Shem Havai b'cheshbon HaMerubah Eila Kuf Pei Vov. Shem Havai, when you have it in cheshbon HaMerubah, it's one of the types of what's cheshbon HaMerubah from Shem Havai. How do you have square? How do you say square? Conference. I don't know how you say it. There's a way to say it in English. Circumference? Yeah? Something like that.
Yokon.
Yokon's even letter side.
Yeah,
Cheshbon HaMerubah Eila Kuf Pei Vov. So it comes out to 186. Yud Pamim Yud Eila Kuf. If you have 10 times 10 is 100. Hey Pamim Hey Eila Chof Hey. Vov Pamim Vov Eila Lamed Vov. Hey Pamim Hey Chof Hey. Sachaka Kuf Pei Vov. B'gimatri Mokim. So you see, the Shem Havai is the Gematria of Mokim. That's what Tiferes is Mokim. Because Tiferes Shem Havai. Shem Havai is the Gematria of Mokim Cheshbon HaMerubah. What's special that Shem Havai should be called Mokim? Shu Yisbarach. Uneisiv v'seiv la'elam. Sheheim Vov K'tzovus. The world is Vov K'tzovus. This is a little tricky, whatever, I don't understand this exactly, but he says, the world is Vav K'tzavos. V'zau hu mekemish aleilam. Sheneisiv v'seiv aleilam. What's the pshat? Hu mekemish aleilam. He's the place of the world. He's save of the world. He gives place to the world. Thanks to him, the world exists.
Mokim is Sechs K'tzavos.
So the shaila is, why does he have to say that the world is Vav K'tzavos? And Neisiv the Vav K'tzavos. And so why is he the Mokim? Because he gives place for this place that has 6 K'tzavos. Because is the world Vav K'tzavos, or the Moker, the Neisiv v'seiv la'elam, the one who gives place for such an existence of Vav K'tzavos, that's the Mokim. Look what he says, Pirish Tevas Mokim is Moker. What's the meaning of the word Mokim? Is Moker. So now, before we wanted to learn the pshat that it's higher than being a Moker. It's only Neisiv v'seiv, it's only thanks to him it exists. But here he teaches Mokim is Moker. So we have to say the taich of Moker over here means thanks that it exists, thanks that it comes to be. That we should be mamshech kvei davai mim kemei, that kvei davai is malchus should be nimshach from its mokim. What taich mim kemei mishor shem kemei?
It's a mocker.
It's a mocker, but what the taich mocker will soon see is the two taichs in the mocker group. He's going to say so. According to their taich mokum aneisiv v'seivel. This you see clearly that the mocker is in a way they happen to come from him. The thanks to him they exist. I'm not sure this Ram is. Shemokim hu b'chinas keser. That mokim is keser. And keser for sure. What's the pshat keser? Is the mokim shusheirish shemoker kaleilmus. Is the source of our worlds. Like Rotzen is a sheirish for everything. What's the pshat sheirish? Is a sheirish for everything. Thanks to him, it comes to exist. V'gam keser loshe kiser somakif. Also, it's kiser somakif. It's surrounding. So it goes back to the pshat. The mokim is the source thanks to whom everything comes to being. V'chein nira me Rambam shemefarish mokim hayno ha-mokir. Shemefarish tzur. It teaches what's the word tzur. Tzur means mokim machzev avonim. The place where you carve out the rocks. So it's a mokir. It's hard, and you can't say mamish is a mocker. It's interested in make carving out rocks, but if there's gonna be rocks, it's gonna come from there. This is the first pitch. Bein is al pidish. After that, betaiches shemokim hu b'chinas memalekal almin. Mokim is memalekal almin. Not like they said that's the eagle hagodl and it's kesed. Stiferes is higher than the world. It's the nature of the sevelay. Lo mashen over here he says the Alter Rebbe learned mokim is memale. I know elam or moker elam, the world and the source of the world. Memale is two things: the chayis elam and the welt allein is echt memalekal. For some reason, this is the way he says it. Shohu, what's the moker elam? B'chinas malchus v'gam shisha midas. Shem b'chlam memalekal. Even the shisha midas, like you know, b'sheish yom shemaim sa'aretz, that the sheish yom they were creating the world. V'hainu korev l'das ikrim. Why is it korev l'das ikrim? Because the ikrim says that's the mokem ponu. And here he's saying it's memale kol almin. So it's not the mokem ponu. It's not the heder ha gilui or the whatever you want to call that. Here we're speaking about the eir memale. Maybe that's the pshat. I don't know. I'm not sure. Zah kodesh baruch hu nikrim mokem. This is the meaning that the Eibishter is called Mokim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So he's dividing the words HaKadosh Baruch Hu into three words. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, another place it says three words. Here he explains two words. Kutsh Brichu Hu Zo Malchus. Kadosh is Zo. Like it says, Zo is a safe element saying Sof. It's the way the Eibishter is for himself, even though it's his emotions, the way he relates to the world, but it's his relationship. He's not becoming a source to the world like Malucha. And Dibur is mamish l'tzedek hazulas. Mashenkin midas is more removed. It's the definition of the Eibishter, description of the Eibishter, the way it's Kaddish. Mashenkin Baruch is Malucha, the ready he becomes a king. Ubchina zo shishik tzovus. Mokre elam shem vov tzovus gashmin v'zo im vov tzovus ruchnim. Ugam kim b'chal memalek almin. It's also in the cloud of memalek almin. It gives life to the world. The world's reflection of Vov Tzavas Ruchnim, because in the Lukus is Vov Tzavas Ruchnim, therefore in the Gashmin, it's Vov Tzavas Gashmin. So it's a Mokim, V'chein HaKadosh Baruch Hu Nikrim Mokim. So he says the word Moker Elam. So it's mamish the way you said before, Moker. So what's the difference here, Moker? Because over here the Moker is it's taka source in Yoni is the Yoni of the world. What's in what Bashtet there? Bashtet that the Yonah of the world should come from him. It's an outcome from him because he has these tchunas. Therefore, the world is going to have these tchunas. Saying before, it's not because he has these tchunas. Just because thanks to him, it's going to be. It's a different type. It's a different taichin mocker. These two taichin in mocker. Before Pirish Tev is mocker, and here when he says mocker, it's two different taichin in mocker. Tell me, Rizal, but Pashas Kisisa, Pirish Hini mocker, Mashma Gamkin, Shem Fash Kibabinazal. So here he says that the Mokim Ponoi, which is the place where the worlds are inhabited, are tefes, are being, that's Mokim. That's the not Mokim HaMakvus HaGeshem, rather the Mokim HaMemulam HaGeshem. Where the Mokim, the Memalekal. I got to use the word of Mokim Ponoi. The Alter Rebbe says Memalekal, basically it's not sure exactly. Nishma mizeh shesh beis perush b'chinas mokim. There's two types in mokim. Aleph shemokim b'chinas in sofa sev kolam. The first type of mokim is shenesiv is sev leilam. It's thanks to him the world come to be. Who mokir heilam. It's a far mokir for the world to be. Habeis shemokim b'chinas memalekal. The second picture is the mokim is memalekal. That's the picture of the Alter Rebbe. That memalekal he's the mokim. He's the real mokim. What's the difference in Indian lapel? You have both things. You have what's the difference if I say mokim is saver or I say mokim is mamale? At the end of the day, there's sai saver is doing sai mamale, the saver is doing his job, mamale doing his job. What's the nafkim basically? Now we have to understand according to the second opinion. We have to understand what it says in the Shabbat. Who mekayim shalilo? Now that we say that mokim is mamale, how can you say who that the Eibishter is? The Eibishter himself is the Mekayim Shalel, the Hukoyal in Savat Smos. Shahu Mokim Eilam. That he himself, he's the source of the world. This fits only with the first opinion, that Mokim is the Mokir. Which type of Mokir? A removed Mokir. That thanks to him it's coming to be. And then you could say only, and that's the only way if you say the Mokim is Saviv. Then you could say Hu Mekayim Shalel, that the Eibishter is Saviv Kolam. Which this Gufa, that the Eibishter is Saviv Kolam is also not so posh. The Eibishter, there's two types in the Seviv. There's Seviv Kol Almin. The Eibishter Seviv He surrounds the worlds. He gives them. He's nascent mocker to the worlds, like he's saying over here. But there's two types in the Seva. There's Seva Amiti. The Eibishter really, the way he's really removed. There's the Losh from the Rebbe in the Kibbutz Yodim, Lamed Ches. There's Ar from the Rebbe. There's Seva. There's Mamala Kalam, Seva Kalam, and Seva Amiti. Shorter order. That makes this differentiation. So sometimes you use Seviv referring to Atzmus. It's very, in this Maimer, it's going to come up a few times that it's, Seviv could mean Atzmus God. It's not that he means Seviv, he means God Atzmus. And Fakir, when he says, Zef Atzmus, most ask him in Seviv. You'll see it a few times in the Maimer, the Hemshcha Maimer, or whatever. All the Pirushim in Mokim, that even if you're going to say it's Mamale, it's going to fit good, and you're going to be able to say who Mekei Mishaleilim, that the Eibishter is Mamale Kalalmi. It's not a steer one Pirush to the other, they work together. And on this goes the whole Maimer to explain this, how we could say that who Mekei Mishaleilim fits even on Mamale Kalalmi. Yuvim Bahagdim. Others say here's where the Maimer starts. Understand this when we first introduced the concept of, it says you should love the Eibishter. There's a commandment. How is it possible that you have the most of the from the Magid? How is it shaykh to have a commandment on the Avad? The word that the Friedrich Rebbe says in the Maamar, Hat nicht, was helfen heißt davon? If he loves the Eibishter, then you don't have to command him. He loves him anyways. If you doesn't love him, what's going to help to command him? It's not going to help. It's an emotion. Emotion, you can't squeeze out an emotion. Or you have it or you don't have it. There's no, that Tziv is not on the Ava. Because it's a midas. This is the way he says in this Maimon. There's other explanations how there could be a Tziva Nave, the Achonet, to be a Keli for a Lukus. But over here he said that Tziva Ein El Ave, Kim Allah is bonus, but Krishna, the Krishna Shema Yisrael Chula Avaya Achot. That a person should be Mizbeinen, and Mamela Yovel Ave, and automatically will come to Ave. But what's the Tzivui? And the man is Trachten wegen Avaya Achot. And then he'll come to Ave, and then Vahafta doesn't mean that Tziva Vahafta, and you will love the Eibishter. What should he think about? Dr. Vahainu, she's Beinich, she's Sof, Yochadam Yuchad. They should think to the fact how Ein Sof, the Eibishter, is Yochadam Yuchad. What's the Taich Yuchad? I'm not sure exactly what's the difference between Yochad and Yuchad, or it's the same thing, just twice the same Lashon, or it's two Lashenis, it's two Inyonim. Yochid, he's one, he's the only one. Miyuchad, even when there's a world, he's Miyuchad with the Bria. The Chiluk. And I don't change. Nothing changes in the Eibishter, that he's the only existence before creation, after creation. The same who before creation and after creation. Why? You know why this is? Because the world is bottled. All, not just our world. Our worlds are bottled with the Eibishter. So what's the pshat? The Elam is betelim like these, but they're betelim. They have no value. They're or more than that. They're all him. They're all him. So the Eibishter doesn't change. Making a world doesn't change. It's weiter in him. So weiter allein. Now by Voren, das ist doch gut davon lernen. Die Elam betelim like these, but there's Tag is da Welt, aber der Welt is da. Who's the world that's here? It's all him. It's all betelim like these, but. This that we comprehend, we see the world to be a yesh, to be a existence of a something. We see the world to be a something other than the Eibishter. Who sheker gomer? That our perception is total sheker. The truth is, the reality is, it's b'chlal not a metzius. It's only the Eibishter exists. We see a world that actually needed a lot of yesh. It seems to us as a yesh. So he's only speak about this part of the world that it's our perception. We see the world in such a way, such a light that we see that is a mitzvah. And of them zokter, that's sheker gomer. He's not saying that the world doesn't exist altogether. The world exists. It's b'deil negdis baruch. But we see the world in such a light. That's Sheker Gomer. Which is other Mamor in the Ish Kimar Dreshin, Sadik Zion, I think. It's Myron Friedrich Rebbe, he actually stays with this Sheker Gomer about this idea. But here, this Myron is going to go a little different, a little further, a little different. Ach be'emes, he says weiter, ach be'emes. Be'emes is the Sheker Gomer he brings here, it's from Zayik and Tereir. He also says the word Sheker Gomer. Anyways. So weiter, ach be'emes, yaf shaleimah, shemashnish, or elon yesh Sheker Gomer. The reality is that you cannot say that what we see the world is a yesh. Even our perception, you can't say that's a Sheker Gomer. And to say the Be'emes ain't a Metzias Klal. And the reality is that it's B'chlal not a Metzias. And our perception is wrong. Shari Omer Razal, Chazal tell us, and then Perek Zayin Mishneh Aleph, Shnaim, like if two people are gathering cucumbers in the Ekad Lake, one person is gathering the cucumbers is Chayiv. Will be Chayiv Misa. The Ekad Lake is Potter. One person which is gathering the cucumbers is going to be Potter from Misa. Why? Someone's gathering through Kishif is Chayiv. Ekad say Naim Potter. The person that's making he's not doing witchcraft, he's just making as if he's doing witchcraft, whatever it's called, there's a name for it. So then he's potter. So that's a raya from here, from this Mishnah. The Chori could have said a Mishnah that says Breish Bal Kim Shvaim Soret, but it's not a raya.
No.
The raya is after from this Mishnah. That we see over here that there's Avedas, and someone does Aveda, he's Chayiv. If we'll say that the reality is that there's no world, why is it chayiv if he makes kishiv? Kabum is the Pashto, the reason why he brings this Mishnah, because this Mishnah has the two sides of the coin. It seems like he's doing something and then he's actually doing something. And even the actual doing something should be also potter, because he's not doing really anything. The reality is that there's nothing here, if that's the reality. If you're going to answer and say that really, even that they kill him is also only, it seems so. It's not a real thing. So the perception is not real, and the killing is also not real. Okay, if he's so according to this, no chas is just one of the, you say the amunah, you say the adas.
No,
the whole thing of dir tachtenim, the whole thing.
Metzias is garnished. Because mitzvahs are is garnished.
Right. If our perception, if I'll say that the Eibishter is doing the mitzvah, the Eibishter is doing the Aveda, the Eibishter is doing everything. So then our perception is wrong. Yeah. There's no bchira, right? There's no tachtenim, the whole thing doesn't work. We must say that the world is a mitzvah. It's not a real mitzvah. It says this, that we see the world as a mitzvah. Our perception is a mitzvah, is, but it's not a real thing. Whatever that means. Actually, Ein Mitzis, he's going to explain it from the first in Siv Zayin. He's going to explain what's Ein Mitzis Amiti. It's here, but it's not here to stay. Because of a Rambam, he'll say that Perek Avol Chadalid, Hu Shomer Anovi Avayel Kim Emes, She'el Emes Kamitose. There's a American Rambam, American had from the Rebbe on this. Why the Rambam has to write, Hu Shomer Anovi Avayel Kim Emes, She'el Emes Kamitose. It's a Dovra moving. The whole of Adiyam is only the Eibish's truth, because it's a Dovra moving. The Chorah can understand it. You need a Hu Shomer Anovi. So the Rebbe says that the Eibishter could have made differently. The Eibishter could have made a world which is independent from the Eibishter. So the Hu Shomer Anovi, that the Novid Megalig, that the way the Eibishter conducts himself is that he doesn't make a world that's independent from the Eibishter. He doesn't make a world that's independent. He makes a world that's dependent on him. And b'meil, it's not a real thing on its own. And hula vadi emes, and nothing else has truth. But there's another thing. There's a question over here. Someone asked over here. It says the Rambam says, "Avayil keep emes, the Eibish's emes, she'ein emes ka'amitosei." Nothing true like him. Hula vadi emes. If hula vadi emes, what should ein emes ka'amitosei? Is b'chlal struck in emes. B'frat that he says ein mitzis amiti. What such ein chaim is coming to us? So zayt kashayl. Maybe Behem Shchamayim will come to have an understanding. Whatever. He does the you say that word that the world's a mitzvah, but it's not a real mitzvah. It's not a real mitzvah. Only the Eibush is a real thing. That's the answer to the question. Doesn't change because the world is not a mitzvah. It's not a stiv da'ach tzavai. Be to understand this in Eis in Pirkei Blazer. It says in Pirkei Blazer, or it's Beich Nivras, where that it's come to exist. Mishel Kshetachas Kisei HaKoved. From the snow, so to speak, what's snow? Tachas Kisei HaKoved, the snow under Kisei HaKoved. It's the Chini Ruchti. What's Pshat Shelek? It's the whole Yom Chassidus. There's a mime from the Friedrich Rebbe that the Rebbe gave out Baruch Shos Anissim Tzal Magdal with the Friedrich Rebbe says Beilim. I think over there he speaks about what's Shelek, or there's another Rishim or something. What's Shelek? Shelek is 3 in Meis and Assyrias and Yichidis. It's abzokte dort na ganze beer how this is connected with Malchus something. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure exactly. Kitzer, he says over there that it's Nivras Mishel Shtachs Kisakov. There's a medrash. It says here Nivra. How did they come to be? Malamed. Shenisat v'Kodesh Baruch Hu v'Talis Levana v'Hivik Ziv Adori. The Eibush had to wrap himself in a white talis, and then he shined out the air that came out there. What do you want talis? What is that called? Ich habe selber Shaila. There's a more of a Shaila. There's a mime talk about even say on in Tzadik Tes. He says over there that the Bechlal Heir Meichen Nivre. What's the Kash Dafkan Heir? Von all Nivroim Heir Meichen Nivre. And why Dafka Talis is the Churz in Hefech von in Heir. Talis is a cover. It's a helm. And Mitamol. This is going to make the hair to be. He says soon. The mime is going to explain it. Yeah. You get out? Yeah. Here, it's a different shayla over here. Here he questions, what's pshat to say from where came to be? Everything's coming from the Eibush Yesh Me'ayin. What's pshat Me'ayin? As nishdokim moker. It's not that the Eibush is a moker for Nivroim. The Eibush is not a moker. And therefore he creates. If he would be a moker, there wouldn't be a creation Yesh Me'ayin. It wouldn't be a Bein Arech. The only reason why he creates is because he's not begether moker. Now you should say Mehecha Nivra, from where it's coming to be. So this they say, Al Derech say, if the Eibush could give us Nivroim the Keach to make Yesh Me'ayin. That's a Shaila, the Chkir. So they say that the Eibush giving a Nivra the Keach to Yesh Me'ayin is an oxymoron, is a Fochim. A Nivra is a Mugder, he has who he is. So everything he does is befitting to what he is. To make Yesh Me'ayin means what doesn't fit to what it was. It's not supposed to be. Ava again, it comes to be. So if you should give the Nivra this kech, this power to create, he would have to be not himself. So it's not him doing it actually. He says it's not him. It's again not him. So the Eibush is doing it. That a Nivra should be able to create Yesh Me'ayin is not, doesn't make sense. But here he's asking, since everything is created Yesh Me'ayin, which means there's not a mocker, and because the Eibush is beyond being a mocker, and because he's beyond having a description, therefore he could create. What's Shach to say, Mehecha Nivra? The answer to this question, I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question, because he starts saying the answer is, the in is shekol dover shenivra lamata yesh l'sheish moker lamayla. Everything is created down here has a source lamayla.
So it can say another source. No, it's Mecha Nivra. It's source and that source.
Oh, so but he should have said he shouldn't have a little frusha. He should be mefarish. The chor I'm asking. I don't know.
Sag that. Kol Nivra lamata yesh l'sheish moker lamata.
Van die tegen van de zaak.
Oh, it doesn't have this. Not a minute.
Tegen van de zaak van de
yes, but he doesn't say this. He doesn't say this word. I'll learn pshat azeh. He doesn't say this.
As a master, there's jeder Eser hat a
master, right?
Das heißt, das ist alles ein Nivra. Der Nivra jetzt...
Sagt das später, der Tapuach ist nicht toll,
ja, es ist ein anderer Mocker. Der Mocker ist anders.
Ich komme zu sagen, nicht in der Mocker. Es ist auch nicht Nimschach von es Mischtaus von
es. Es ist ein Brie, aber das ist Brie.
Das ist ein Teitstuß.
Verstehe, but he doesn't answer so much. You should have said clearly. It's doch Chayis und es ist Havis. Also wie man machal sind. Der Chayim und der Tzur, ist Havis and Chayis. There's the creation of the Nivra, the Yeshus of Shalei, the Yeshus like you said, and then there's the Teich, the Tzura Shalei, the Teich of what he is. But it doesn't say that. It just says, what is, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it more than I should. I don't know. I'm not reading enough. It just says everything that's created down here has a sheish mokel lamayla. The question was...
Everybody comes from a different... It's like a different source. The source is alles Brie, aber alles kommt von einer Mokel.
Ich kann fragen an say, there's a sort of Mamoris in the realm. So there's a Mamoris in Elokos Gufa. There's also a sheish for everything. Elamai, in Elokos, it's bein a rechter in Nivri, so it's even of Yashmei. Tak is down Mokel. Mo, let's go feel Chayes, even Chayes is also b'derech Yashmei. Even the Chayes of a Nivri, the Teichen of the Nivri, even though the Chura he already exists, is only a Moshel to a Nimshel, even that is also b'derech Yashmei. Because there's this harvest b'derech Yashmei, so the Chayes is also, has to jump, has to come, bein a rech, it's Yashmei also. I might be breaking stuff, whatever. But in any case, but here he said everything has a sheish l'mayla. Sheish l'moker. It's also this gufa has to have a beer. Sheish l'moker is two in yonim. Another mind from the free kid. What's the chiluk of sheish and moker? Closer sheish and the further sheish. Anyway, this is what he says. Where's the arts coming from? From which b'china does it come from? The answer is Mishal Shtachs Kis HaKoved. So every nivra has a sheish l'mayla. As it sees that there is a sheish, although you could think that everything has to be yesh me'ayin, but it's not so posh that everything has a sheish l'mayla. The area shalamata and the area down here, nivra me'atalis came from the talis. I know what's the talis halavush shemalbish umaylim umastri alei atzmusis barich. The lavush which covers over on the eretz musis barich. So I just said today in Maamer, he says that what's pshat, he doesn't say pshat in Eretz Musi, he says that the Eibishter, how comes, it's just connected with the Bosel Gani, we were just learning in Memhei, how there's the Tzimtzum Lifted and Tzimtzum Nishin, she says over there, since the air starts Eira Kol Bamoir, so it's Bechlal higher than being an Ina air, it's not Eir Shabam Shoche, so how from there came Eir Bam Shoche? How did he, in Kotetia and Ches, he says, how did it come from being not air, Eira Kol Bamor, which is higher than Gilui? Well, there's a Keichas Aklun B'Nefesh. How come out from them? Keichas B'Am Shoche. He says over there, whole arich is that the Keichas Aklun B'Nefesh are not B'Am Shoche. Not all Keichas are in this Galit. To be B'Am Shoche, everyone would be smart and Anshe Chesed, and they would have good in them also. They have all the everything B'Shleimus. Everything would be B'Shleimus. And we see it's nicht as is the Charaya that they're not B'Am Shoche. So the shal wie wird von nicht am shoche am shoche. That's the question in the Maamer over there. He says three fanim. He says three explanations that there's a in that's called ha'akove. That it's a eingehalten to whatever, so to speak, and he stopped from being, or he jumped from being eira kol b'moed, which is kamei hamoed, which is kamei etzem, and then he changes himself, he transforms himself, and he becomes eira goli. He got three explanations how it works exactly. I'm not sure. I still don't understand it. But al derech is over here that from air atzmusi is borek, which is an air which is higher than gilui. Then it could be an air which we could have know from. We could relate to. That's through the helam. You have to be mailim. Al derech he says over there also from a psila. That's from eish, which is in eish in the sheish l'mayla in the you say the eish is b'chlal no heat and no fire, no light, and from there comes out the fire that we could use. How does this happen? How does this transformation happen? You have a psila. A psila is a helam. The helam brings out air that we could use that comes useful for us. So it's true. Not only these two, which mentions in the Medrash, in the picture of the Medrash, that every single nivra lamata has a sheish mokel lamayla. Kimei, Hashem shemei lamato, the sun which is down here shining to us, shor shemekeda b'chin Shem Shavai. The source of that is Shem Shavai. Agam sheini berach klal, Hashem is gam b'chin Shem Shavai. Although they're nothing in comparison one to another, the sun down here to the Shem Shavai is nothing to compare. One Shem Shavai is the Elokus, and one is the Shem Shlomat is the Nivra, Gashmi, Mugbul. We come came, I did Ribe de Vovas, Ishtalsh Madreges, for tens of thousands of Ishtalsh Madreges, Nimshach and Ishavim, Shem Shavai, Shem Shlamata, comes and be created from the Shem Shavai, the Shem is down here. So again, even to learn and do as Retzach in the Tchunes, have a little mishma. You should have said that. Geen Irish Lamata, Shoshim, the Irish Merkava, the line down here comes from the Irish Merkava, Gamshin, the name Klal, although there's nothing to compare between the two. Why? Sharish Lamata, Chait Meya, the line down here is an impure animal, wild animal. Shatayt, if a data is, up the Irish Merkava, on the other hand, is Aim Shida, is bottle b'mitziz b'tachas, understanding and saying Shida. And so much so that the Chais Nesis Sakise, that they even carry up the Kisei HaKovet to a higher level, because they come from Tei, whatever the explanation is. So they have a bittul betachlis, therefore they're able to pick up the Kisei HaKovet. So Mikol came who Shosh Mikeda, I didn't even know if it's Shalosh Madrigas. Still and always say that who's the Sheish Hamakah from the line down here is Dafka from Irish Merkava. More that's that because the higher dargis it can't come in Shtalsh, it can't be in this gala in a kosher animal, it has to come Dafka in a treif animal because it's the higher level. Yeah.
Through the Malim, though, because it's kommt nachher von Sheres. Wenn die Eike verbinden gegeben mit Malim.
Yeah. Hat der Hacher Sheres von Tei, yeah.
Aber jeder sagt es, so...
Kala gewei, ich sehe, was Mati ist.
Lovo, alles.
Hechmadreis.
Yeah.
Still, it's this Sheish Hamakah through many different levels of tens of thousands of Shtalsh Madregas, till that the line down here should be able to be created. In this Hava, the Chayis. A lot of few lines of it, whatever, I get lost. So too, all the animals come from the Sheshim Rekov. This fits well with the Maimon Chazal. There's no grass, blade of grass down here that doesn't have a mazel, which hits it and tells it to grow. What if it hits it? It's the word from the Marash, it's the word that hitting it is the mazel reveals to the Esav, that's the way it hits it, and it makes it feel that it should grow and become bigger. It should go more. It should become more. It should be very aggressive, waxing. Although there's nothing to compare the grass to the blade of grass to the mazel. For example, a tapuach on an apple could be a sweet apple or a sour apple. You name it. Could you say that in the mazel ruchli they also has sweetness and sour? That's not possible. Sweetness comes from chesed, the sweetness comes from chesed. I guess chesed is giving, and the sweetness is also the same idea. It's openness, and it's a good, it's a geschmack. Sourness is eingequetscht ein bisschen. Der Stausch sagt, der Madrege, Hashem Shobrinus chesed am six bataposh. Through Ishtaushus, an order of many levels, till it comes out from chesed, the sweetness in the apple. Stop here.
Is that a good place to stop?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
So next week we're okay. It's 2 weeks that we have a problem, yeah?